and they can't even be in the same room with each other. And I was like, that's so sad because these guys could make millions of dollars if they could get along and get over their shit, but they can't. Whatever happened has caused them to just hate each other so much that they're literally taking millions of dollars and pouring it into the toilet and flushing it, right? And so I think that overall, it's like, and then also, my good friend Willie D from the Ghetto Boys, he would talk to me a lot about the issues that he had with Bushwick and Scarface. They had some issues. I'll just say that. I can share it just because Willie's talked about it publicly. But I was like, man, if you guys could just get on the same stage, there are people all like these white people in Europe would love to like come to your concerts and because they're legends, right? So my point is to say, your family is similar in that sense that your family is almost like this music group that if you sing together, you can make beautiful music and do quite well together. But if you can't get along, then you're gonna sort of try to do things on your own, and you're not gonna be as successful on your own. You might run off like New Edition did. Remember when New Edition broke up and they all went out and started making solo albums and all that stuff? They were never the same. They could not capture the same level of magic. Belle Biv DeVoe kind of did. What was ironic was I always felt like Belle Biv DeVoe, they were kind of the three guys who couldn't sing like Ralph Tresvant, if you know what I mean. They couldn't sing like Johnny Gill. They couldn't perform like Bobby Brown, but they were actually among the most successful. Why? Well, because they worked together, right? So ultimately, working together and the ability to do that, and really get along with people and to be a good friend and seek out good friends and receive good friends because you are a good friend, I think that that really goes a long way. I would encourage you to consider that to be an important skill. So if I had a school, that's what I would start teaching. I would teach relationships and health, mental health, physical health, relationships, and how to make money. If they do that, if the kids have those skills, they're going to be very successful. Those are probably the most important skills to not just becoming a millionaire. Like that's level one. That's easy. It's it's like you gain this other level of wealth where you're like a happy millionaire. See, a lot of people talk about being a millionaire, but nobody talks about the benefits of being a happy millionaire. There's a lot of miserable multimillionaires out here. And I would like for you to be a millionaire, and I want you to be a happy millionaire. All right. So anyway, let me finish up with this point on the FIRE movement and sort of what some of the limitations are. Okay. So the FIRE movement focuses mostly on frugality, it seems, as a pathway to financial independence, right? You get a job, you make your money, you save like crazy, you invest the money you save, and then you get to a point where you're a nest egg, you build a capital base or nest egg big enough such that you can live off 4% of the income. Nothing wrong with that, but I think that if you master the art of making money, it becomes much easier to get to that point. Number two, I think that really any financial plan should focus on what I would call purposeful living. That means once you got the financial part mastered, I want you to really focus hard on all the things that matter to you outside of money. I think money by itself is not interesting. It's just these little green pieces of paper, and you could just stack them up and stare at them, but they're not going to really enhance your life. And a lot of times you see people have mental health problems when they only focus on making money. They're not thinking about the other things that actually make them happy. And then think about how money can be a tool for the fulfillment of those goals, like spending time with your family or pursuing some hobby that you love or something like that, or personal growth. Also, I would say that in terms of the savings rate, I think 50 to 70% of your income is insane. I would say maybe 20%.